Hello friends, how are you? So in the previous lecture we have discussed about Stackelberg model and before that we have discussed about Connor's model. Okay, so in Stackelberg model I taught you that there is a leader follower relationship. Like I give you the example of Apple and Oppo. Apple is the leader and Oppo is the follower. So what do they do that first? And there were two steps in it. In the first step we will calculate the reaction curve of the follower firm, and in the second step we will maximize the profit of leader firm by putting the reaction curve which we calculated in the first step of the follower firm. That's how we did that, and we did some question also. So now we will move on to the our third and last model, which is Bertrand's model. Okay guys, so now this is the last model and this is Bertrand model. So as I already gave you the brief of Bertrand, like I told you that in corners we determine the quantity. Similarly, it's similar to Carnot, and the difference is that in this you can produce differentiated or homogeneous goods. It can be up to you, and the reaction curve will determine the prices. So what were we doing in the Carnot's model? That we were calculating reaction curve in terms of Q. So what do we do here? We will do the opposite. We will calculate the reaction curve in terms of P, and similarly then calculate the price for each firm, that what price they will charge. Okay, so there can be Stackelberg also in this, and there can be follower to follower relation. So we can say there can be Carnot relation also, and there can be Stackelberg also, determining the pricing strategy. So if I divide it into two parts, one can be written as homogeneous goods, like a seller can sell homogeneous good or he can sell differentiated goods. So you know the condition of homogeneous good is P is equal to MC. P is equal to MC, right? And if we come to differentiated good, it can be again differentiated into two parts, subdivided into two parts. If the firm determine their prices simultaneously, if the firm determine their prices simultaneously. So in which model did I taught you? You can also, for reference, you don't write in exam, you can for reference it's Carnot when they determine their output together. Similarly, it is follower to follower relation, like equal followers, equal rivals, if I say. Okay, so I'll cut this, but it is similar to that only. And the second one which I am going to write will be like Stackelberg. If the leader determine the prices first. So this is Stackelberg, but don't say it. Don't write or say it. I'm just telling you for the reference. Okay, so that you can remember. So there is one theory topic at first, that what is that? Bertrand's paradox. So what is paradox? Paradox is a dual-sided statement, that there is some confusion, or there is some kind of irony or dilemma. Okay, so when you know that when the product is homogeneous, then each firm will charge price equal to MC. Yes, we know that condition. Okay, so if the firm will charge price greater than MC, if any firm, like firm 1 is charging price greater than MC, right, to increase its profit, then competitor firm can reduce price to get the entire market. Okay, so I'll tell you, the equilibrium was set here, it was 10 rupees. Okay, so what I was thinking that let's increase the price and take out all the market, like let's increase the price and increase my profit, like I am thinking, and we are operating in a oligopoly, and let's say there are two firms. Similarly, they decided their price, and from this equilibrium condition we got the price 10-10. Okay, so now I thought of I decided let's increase the price to 15. So what second firm can do, since the product is homogeneous, the consumer cannot differentiate between both the products from both the company. Okay, so what the second will do, what he will do, he will say I will keep 14 and extract out all the market, because no one will purchase from here. If he does this, then what the rival firm can do, rival firm can just decrease some price marginally, like he has reduced rupees 1 and capture the entire market. Like if there are many sellers, they were going to him, but now since the product is same and homogeneous, so they will go to the one who has cheaper, who has cheaper prices. So the consumer will go to this one. Then what he will do, he will do 13, again he will do 12, again he do 11, then he will come to 10. But he cannot come to 9 now, because he will start incurring losses. He cannot sell below MC. Okay, so what does it tell you, that he can only operate at this quantity only, 10. Otherwise there will be not a good pricing strategy. They will rival, they will decrease their price marginally to capture the entire market, and this is of no use. So they always be at rupees 10 only. Okay, so in this situation, that situation where I told you that there will be no incentive for any firm to deviate from their pricing strategy, because as I showed you, he deviated from his pricing strategy from 10 to 15, then he came to 14, he captured the market, then he again came to 13, then he came to 12. So there is no incentive for any firm to deviate from their pricing strategy, as I already told you this. Okay, so in that sense we can also it can be also specified as Nash equilibrium. I will teach you next Nash equilibrium from the next chapter, which will be discussing about game theory, right? So in game theory there is Nash equilibrium, which will be starting from the next class. Okay guys, so this result, the result which I am telling you, that there is no incentive for any firm to deviate from their pricing strategy, that is P is equal to MC, and deviation means P is greater than MC. He cannot go below MC, because below MC he will start incurring losses, and he will never do that. So what does it mean? That it means that despite of having two sellers in the market, and output and price are similar to perfect competition. It means that despite there are two sellers only, but still the output and price they are deciding, it's similar to the perfect competition only. As you can see, the condition is of perfect competition only. So this is the Bertrand's paradox, and being a two seller, still they are producing output and prices similar to that of perfect competition. So this was your first theory topic of Bertrand, and it is very important, it comes in exam. So okay, so when the firm produces differentiated products, so this was the case of homogeneous, now we come to differentiated. So when the firm produces differentiated products, then equilibrium price can be determined by the intersection of reaction curves, right guys? So I have already told you what was reaction curve, and it can be in terms of anything. Earlier we take it in terms of Q, now there is nothing but we will take in terms of P. Okay, so reaction curves represent the profit maximizing price charged by a firm for a given price charged by another firm. In the previous chapter we learned the definition that profit maximizing quantity, but here it's profit maximizing price. Okay, so the intersection of RC will determine the Nash equilibrium, or which is the solution of your numericals. Okay, so now let's start the question. Okay, so first question I am taking, let the market demand be P is equal to A minus BQ. Okay, and similarly I am taking Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. So what does it mean? That there is only single demand function given? This means that they are producing homogeneous. It is not differentiated. If it is differentiated, I am telling you how do you see whether it's differentiated or homogeneous. If you are given only one demand function, then it's homogeneous, and if you are given more than one, then it will be differentiated. Okay, so here Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2, and MC is given as C, which is constant. And the question is same we have done earlier. Calculate the profit maximizing quantity, price and profit of each firm if they determine simultaneously. So okay, so they determine prices simultaneously. So it's like of call notes. It's just to remember, you should not write this. So first what we will do, the thing first we will do, we will find the equilibrium condition solution. So what is equilibrium condition here? It's price equal to MC, MC is equal to C. Okay, your price is given as, you have given the price A minus BQ, right? So price is A minus BQ is equal to C. This implies that Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to A minus C by 2. Okay, since they are selling homogeneous product, so they will sell the quantity in half. It will always come half, because in homogeneous product, let's say the total quantity is Qn and there are two firms, so they will, so Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Qn by 2. The total output will be divided between both, and if you also solve by putting differently, you will get the same answer only, as I have already told you that when there is MC constant, you will get Q1 and Q2 equal, that whatever is Q1, that will be equal to Q2. Okay guys, so now we will see what are the profits. So profits are phi1 is equal to TR1 minus TC1. Profit will be determined simultaneously. This will be P into Q1 minus C into Q1. This can be directly, P is equal to C, so I can write C in terms of P. So what is this? This is equal to 0. Okay, and similarly pi 2 is equal to also 0. TR2 minus TC2 is equal to P into Q2 minus C into Q2 is equal to 0. Okay, so profit has come to be 0. So this was the different approach I used, that P is equal to MC is equal to C, and I know the theory that it will be always equal, so I directly wrote the answer. Otherwise you can also solve it through the reaction curve, right? You can solve through the reaction curve, the answer will be same only. So profit has come 0 now. So now we will move on to the next question. So demand functions, DD functions are given as Q1 is equal to 20 minus 3 P1 plus P2. Q2 is equal to 20 minus 3 P2 plus P1. Okay, so now you can see they are selling differentiated products. It's clearly visible. Okay guys, so now, and also it is also given that TC1 is equal to TC2, the total cost of both the firm is 0. And now the first part of the question is find the maximum profits of each firm if simultaneously they determine their prices simultaneously. Okay, and the second part is find the joint solution. Okay guys, so these are the so let's do the first part first. So there is firm A, firm 1 and there is firm 2. Okay guys, so for now what you have to do is you have to calculate reaction curve in terms of T. So what will be pi 1? P1 into Q1 minus TC. And what is TC? TC of 1, it's already given in the question that it is 0. So what you can write of P1? You have given the demand function. You have given the demand function before. I'll show you the demand function. This is the demand function you have given for the firm 1. So now what you have to do is you have to do nothing, just write this demand function in terms of Q in here, substitute it here. 20 minus 3 P1 plus P2 minus 0. Okay, so now see, earlier what we used to do, there was homogeneous goods and we used to put P, we used to substitute P. Now we are substituting Q from the demand function. Everything remains same. We have to again differentiate with respect to, now earlier we were used to do that, we were used to differentiate with respect to Q1, but now we are just differentiating with respect to P1. So it will be 20 minus 6 P1 plus P2 is equal to 0. So now you will calculate P1. Earlier we were calculating Q1 in terms of P2, now P1 in terms of P2. So this is 1, also this is reaction curve of 1. Similarly, what you will do for form 2 also. Minus 0, I am writing it directly. 3P2 square plus P1 P2. Okay guys, so now same thing, del pi 2 by del P1 is equal to 0. You will get your P2 is equal to P2 in terms of P1 by 6. So this will be 2. So this will be your RC2. Right guys? So now since you know that, you can again see that the marginal cost is 0 since total cost is 0. So if you differentiate it, marginal cost will also come 0. So whatever will be going to be the P1, the same will be P2, and Q1 is equal to Q2. Whatever will be the quantity coming, I have told you the shortcuts. Okay, so if you solve these two equations, you will get this is your, if you see RC, this will be your RC2 and this will be your RC1. So you can plot like this also. When P1 is equal to 0, it's 10 by 3 both sides. Okay, and the another point, if you want to check the another point, you can write 4 here first. So you will get 24 by 6, which is equal to 4 again, and here also 4. So they are going to pass to this point. So we have got these 2 points, join them, then these 2 points, join them. That's how we got RC, and their intersection 4 is the price. And this is P2 and this is P1. This implies P1 star is equal to 4 is equal to P2 stars. I already told you, and if you keep this value in their respective demand function, you will get your Q1 star is equal to 12 is equal to Q2 star. Okay. Now we have to solve the B part, that find the joint solution. That means they are now just one, you can treat them as one firm. That's mean there is one firm only producing in the market. You can joint mean this, that Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Now they both are combined. Okay, they both are combined and they are, you can treat them like monopoly. So what will be the equilibrium condition? You know that MR is equal to MC. So we have to do nothing, just apply that condition. So first of all, since they are joint firm now, so Q will be equal to, there will be 1Q which will be equal to Q1 plus Q2. You have given your Q1 20 minus 3P1 plus P2 plus 20 minus 3P2 plus P1 is equal to Q. Okay, so since now this is only one firm, so he cannot charge two prices for a singular product. He cannot charge two prices, so that means P1 will be also equal to P2 will be equal to P. Say let's say he is charging prices at this, the Q product is he is charging at the rupees of P. So if you solve the equation, you will get that 40 minus 4P is equal to Q. Okay, so this implies P is equal to 10 minus Q by 4. So you can clearly calculate TR from here, 10Q minus QR square by 4. Okay guys, so now what you have to do, it's easy now. You have to just put the equilibrium condition of monopoly, which is MR is equal to MC. MR you can calculate from here, it will be 10 minus half Q. Okay, you can differentiate, and MC is 0, we have already seen. So what will be Q star? Q star will be 20 and P star will be 5. So now TR will be 5 into 20 minus 0 is equal to 100. So your question is solved now. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question, and this will be the last question of the class, and also this is the last class of oligopoly. After this your oligopoly will end and we will move on to the game theory. Okay guys, so demand curves are given by, I am taking the same demand curve. Okay, I will just make some modification in the question, P2 plus P1, and same TC1 is equal to TC2 is equal to 0. So now I am taking the second case. What was the second case? If we see back here, that when the leader determine the prices first. We have done this. First question was this, second question was based on this. Yeah, I can write Q1, Q2, and this question 3 which we are going to do will be question 3. So this is based on this. You can remember on your mind, then it will be based on Stackelberg type. Okay, so find the maximum profit of each firm if firm 1 leader and determine prices first. So it's again simple. You have to calculate the RC of follower firm, like for the firm 2, and then put it in the profit function of the leader firm, but it will be in terms of P now. Okay, so it's again easy question. Pi2 is equal to TR2 minus TC2 is equal to P2 into Q2 minus C0. This will be 2P2 minus 3P2 square plus P1 into P2. We have already done this, and from this we have already done this actually, P2, and we will put equal to 0, and we got earlier, if you remember, 20 plus P1 plus by 6. This is your RC1. Okay, so now you have to do nothing. It's very easy. Now you have to take profit function of firm 1 and substitute the value of RC1, 3P1 square, and now here it will become as, like, here was P2. Okay, so here was P2, so what will we do? So it's not P, it's 3P1, and here it was P2. So in place of P2 you will write 20 plus P1 by 6. Okay guys, so now what you have to do, you have to do nothing. You have to just differentiate it with respect to Q1, then put it equal to 0. I am writing the answer directly. You will get your P1 star as 4.177 and P2 star will be 4.019. So guys, I have directly written the answer, but you can solve it, and you should solve it at your home and solve this question full. And congratulations guys, oligopoly is over. We are moving ahead and we will complete the syllabus very soon, and then I will take some extra classes for some extra knowledge, okay, so that you and me both learn together. Okay guys, so thank you for watching this lecture, and in the next lecture I will start game theory. So stay tuned guys, study hard and just fire it, lit the fire. Okay guys, bye.